What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Tennessee Titans. We play them later on tonight. I wanted to get these videos out sooner, but unfortunately, I live near the Tampa Bay area, and we got rocked pretty hard by a hurricane just now. It was without power for a little while, so there was some of that. Also, haven't been feeling the greatest either on top of it, so, is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to look at the offense and defense in one shot and hope this doesn't get blocked because I don't really have time to do separate videos. So, yeah. Honestly, I'm really not that worried about the Titans offense. Will Levis is probably going to make some bad decisions. He does have potential to make some big plays. But he does make some pretty bad decisions, and our defense, in my opinion, has played pretty well. We do need to start faster. I will say that. Their running game hasn't been too crazy, but Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears are solid guys. They just haven't done a whole lot. Looking at the injury report, DeAndre Hopkins, okay, he was just on vet rest, so he's actually fine. Okay, good to know. But yeah, Jeffrey Simmons, Ladarius Sneed, Monty Hooker, Sneed and Hooker, questionable. And then, of course, Jeffrey Simmons, doubtful. That would be very helpful for our offense. And honestly, I'm more concerned about the Titans' defense. That's honestly the best part of their team. Devondre Sweat is a fantastic nose tackle. Arden Key is all right. But Harold Landry, fantastic edge rusher. They honestly have a pretty good front seven. Linebackers are solid. Jeffrey Simmons being out definitely helps our cause for sure. But I am more concerned about the Titans' defense than I am their offense. But, yeah. And I figure that this game against the Packers will probably be a pretty good opportunity to scout the Titans' defense, too. Because, the Matt LaFleur offense is different, but it is still under the Shanahan tree. And also, they had Malik Willis starting. So he is more of a mobile quarterback, and, we're going to have Tyler Huntley. So, I feel like the Packers are a pretty good comparison to see what we can do to them. All right, so we got two deep safeties, which, maybe not. It's actually a cover three. What happened there? Missed assignment from the linebackers here. I feel like the linebackers shouldn't be this close to each other. Something with that spacing is off. Hopefully we can catch them in similar situations. Looking at another cover three. He's going to be a single high. And it's interesting because when Tua is here, you typically don't see teams do a whole lot of single high coverage, but they might in this case. Because we're not taking the deep shots that we normally do, and Tyler Huntley is always a risk to run it. So, who knows? We are definitely going to have to keep Harold Landry in check, though. He is a very underrated edge rusher. And Arden Key's fine, too. Definitely get Tyler Huntley moving. Some more single high. This is man coverage, though. Absolutely. If we get him in single high man-to-man coverage, I want to attack him. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, but also just throw it up to Jonnu Smith as well. Don't be surprised if Jonnu Smith has a pretty good game. When Tyler Huntley started for Baltimore, he really force-fed his tight ends. Now, that could be because, they had Mark Andrews. But we'll see. There did seem to be a tendency of his. It wasn't just Mark Andrews. We do need to find a way to run the ball. against them, though. And if Jeffrey Simmons is going to be out, then I think some interior runs could work. Don't go up A-gap, though, because Devondre Sweat is a really, really good nose tackle. So don't just keep running it up A-gap. But I think if you attack B-gap, I think that'll be fine. Definitely want to do some read options. Get Tyler Huntley on the move as much as possible. I will take a look at the Titans offense still too. But like I said, I am more concerned with their defense. Our defense should be able to handle this. There's nothing too crazy. Now Calvin Ridley and D-Hop, obviously those guys are solid. D-Hop might not be what he once was, and Calvin Ridley hasn't been stellar. But the quarterback play hasn't been either. Getting a guy in motion. How did he get that open? Is that the tight end that went in motion? Yeah, a bit of a delay. Yeah, attacking the seams on cover 3. That makes sense. That was cover 3, right? Showing cover 2. Yeah, it turns into a cover 3. Yeah, attack the seams. Especially on a delay. You use the receiver to take the corner away. The linebackers don't drop back fast enough because they're reacting to the potential run. It's a good play call for cover 3. It's weird, though. Tony Pollard doesn't have the same juice he used to have. He really didn't last year in Dallas either. Ever since he was expected to be the lead guy and not just like the relief guy for Zeke. It's weird. A couple years ago, he was clearly the better running back in that Dallas running room. But then last year, when he actually had the opportunity to start, I don't know. Running backs are fickle. So they do some pretty good things with getting guys in motion, huh? Keep our eyes on that. Now, I will say, Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears, they're both like really shifty, bursty guys. They are always primed to make a big play, so we are going to have to look out for that. They're guys that don't even need a lot of volume because they can just break one or two. But if we can corral them, their run blocking hasn't been incredible. And we have to capitalize on Will Levis's mistakes, and we have to find a way to get pressure on him. Which we've done pretty well with getting pressure, but they do like getting him in motion. It's a good throw. He does have a pretty good arm. Really good arm, actually. This is probably the better decision, but that's neither here nor there. Yep. Now, I do think the Packers' defense is probably better than ours. At least right now. But still. Yeah, these inaccurate balls, gotta take advantage. Because he's going to make bad decisions. He's going to make some bad throws. He's wide open right in front of you, man. You do not have to throw it that hard. Because the thing is, when you throw a bullet, your accuracy has to be perfect. because the receiver doesn't have any time to react and change his route. Great coverage. Didn't see it in time. Got to muddy up that pocket for him. Nice. Interesting. How did the tight end get open like that? A little bit of a delay. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, I'm not like totally terrified of Titans offense. They do have some weapons, and Will Levis can make some big plays. He does have a big arm, but the Titans defense is more threatening to me. Especially because our offense hasn't played well. And Tyler Huntley just got here. But you know what? Malik Willis also had just gotten there for Green Bay when he had to come in for Jordan Love. So they do a lot of cover 3, it seems, but they disguise it pretty well. They do a lot of single high safety work. Now, if Amani Hooker can't play, he was questionable, right? Yeah. If he can't play, then that might kind of change things. And with the speed of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, that could change things too. They could play some more two deep safety looks. Definitely want to get a lot of motion against them. I really hope this doesn't get blocked. The video, I mean. Yeah, that's what we need. Because our offensive line's been so bad. Like, having some mobility, I think. Just the ability to create right now. At least with Tua, he gets rid of the ball really quickly. And with usually pretty good decisions. But if you're not going to have that, at least having the mobility, I think, is going to be important. So here it looks like we're actually going to have 2 deep safeties. Yeah, this is cover 2 man. So they do mix in some 2 deep safety looks as well. And to be fair, with Malik Willis in, he's a mobile quarterback. Josh Jacobs is probably the Packers' biggest threat. Actually, was he? Yeah, he played, I think, this game. Yeah. More cover. Oh, not cover 2 man. It's cover 1. So they do that with cover 1 as well, not just cover 3. They made it look like cover 2 man, but then the safety is going to come down last second, and he's going to be the single high. Not even really the single high, because he's still playing the hat. That's weird. Came down in the box. Okay. I would have expected him to move more toward the middle. Yeah, these scrambles are going to be huge. Let me go back to that. I was looking at their coverage. Now let's see what Malik Willis was able to do here. Steps up in the pocket. Yep, take advantage. Exactly the type of shit Huntley can do. Cover 2 man. Yeah, definitely want to get. Oh yeah. Quarterback run might be something we really. I mean, it's something we need to get going with this offense anyway if we're gonna have Tyler Huntley. But it seems to be pretty effective against them. That's why this is a good matchup too, because like it is a Shanahan tree offense and with a mobile backup quarterback, so it kind of works. Yeah, there's Josh Jacobs. Good stop there. The Titans defense. Like I said, they are a physical bunch. I don't anticipate it being easy to run the ball on them necessarily, but I feel like we really got to get something going. Especially because Tyler Huntley did just get here. You got to help him out somehow. What happened here? Oh, this is a... Yeah, man. He's going to make bad decisions, dude. The corner, Jair Alexander, is reading this so well. Took that to the crib. D-Hop didn't really have a lot of effort there, though. Like, once he makes this pick, he doesn't really put a lot of effort in trying to chase him down. Granted, it would have been kind of tough because Jair Alexander had a running start on him, and D-Hop wasn't moving. That'd be kind of tough to catch him at that point, to be fair. All right, fair enough. All right. Who's... That you? It's got to be Nick Vannett. No, they're doing that with their... That's Chig? Is Chig 85? He is. They move him around a lot. They put him in at fullback. They move him around a lot. Like I said, they do have some serviceable running backs. And overall, I mean, they do have weapons. I mean, Chig is all right. Tyler Boyd is all right. Traylon Burks hasn't really worked out so far in his NFL career. But, I mean, Calvin Ridley is still solid. D-Hop isn't what he once was, but he is still D-Hop. Offensive lines, They're better pass protectors than run blockers, I would say. But, yeah, there you go. They move Chig all around. Not much there. I do think it is essential that we take the run away from them as much as possible. Try to make Will Levis have to throw the ball a lot. The best way to do that is scoring points on offense, but I don't know how explosive our offense is about to be. I do think Tyler Huntley should do better than Skyler. He's definitely a better quarterback. Whether he'll perform better 2 weeks after being signed, we'll see. I hope so. But, you know. Low-key, I kind of want Skyler to be our number 3. I think Tim Boyle, when he came in at the end of the last game, I think looked a little better too. A little bit more confident. Yeah, he will take off on you too. like I said, there's nothing too scary with the Titans offense. But the running game is basically non-existent. They're going to move Pollard in motion. Little pistol look. A lot of motion. Which, I mean, is the standard at this point. Cap exchanges are seeming to have some success. I believe we have a sack on the next play. Let's see how that happens. I mean, it's looking like cover 1, so you probably do have a blitzer. Nope. He's going to come back. It's cover 2, man. Oof. Both tackles got their ass whooped. Like I said, this offensive line is not great. Ooh, stopped his feet. Ooh. That's some bad left tackle play. Stops his feet. He leans. What about the right tackle? Just slow off the ball. Good effort. That's Lucas Van Ness. All right. Good effort. I mean, that makes sense. Van Ness has always been a high motor guy. Fuck the penalty. Here's a moderately good run. 6 yards. That's pretty solid. How'd they do it? Like I said, I do think it is going to be important to find a way to run the ball against this defense. Got to get that going. And I do think Tyler Huntley is going to be able to help with that too, because he's always going to be a threat to keep it himself. And the defense is going to have to account for that. So I think that should help the running backs a little bit. Maybe do some RPOs with them too. Yep, straight up cover 2 man. It's a good route by Dobbs. I believe this is the sack. Well designed. Throw the ball away. I mean, I understand, like, that's kind of a double-edged sword when you have a mobile quarterback. But throw the ball away. Tyler Huntley needs to do that, too, in those situations. You can't make a big play every play. I want us to do this type of shit with Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Like jet sweeps and little jet passes, like why would we not? Do it with Jonnu Smith too. Let him get some big boy yak. I mean, we do it sometimes. I'm not saying do it constantly, but you know, it makes those motions a little bit more threatening. They do swarm to the ball, though. Like I said, if the Titans are scary anywhere, it is on their defense. And if Jeffrey Simmons doesn't play or has limited snaps, that is going to help. That's stating the obvious, but, you know. Still. They don't blitz a ton. They do mix them in, but it kind of feels like the thing teams are doing is not blitzing a lot, just trying to get pressure with 4 linemen so you can have 7 in coverage. Got to get pressure though. Hopefully they don't, but. I do definitely think the Packers' offensive line is probably better than ours. I would think. But I don't know for sure. I'm more watching the Titans than the Packers right now. Yeah, they are a pretty physical defense, man. And I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be easy to run the ball, but we've got to find a way. Yeah, they do seem to be kind of vulnerable to the scrambles. Blake Wilson can throw that shit away sometimes, man. They do like to get him on some bootlegs, and they love play action. He's not very good at disguising it, though. It's not a super convincing play action. He liked RPOs a lot in college, too. I remember that. Like I say, he does have the arm. He's got some solid receivers. Definitely does. They move Chig around a lot, man. Not a whole lot of pocket awareness either. Like, most of his movement is on, like, designed bootlegs and stuff. He will scramble, but he didn't feel that. And that left side of the line is looking pretty weak. That's, is that J.C. Latham, really? Peter Skoronski. I wasn't as big on Peter Skoronski as a lot of people were. Packers really swarmed that shit. They didn't really block that super well either. Like I said, he will scramble by time. You just got to capitalize on Will Levis's bad decisions when he makes them. And make Will Levis beat you. Like, not throwing the ball away there. Well, actually, I think that was a 4th down. It really couldn't. Alright. Cover 2 man. Okay. They do a really good job disguising their coverages. Like, they're just kind of flirting around with this safety, whether he's going to come down and be cover 1 or... If it's going to be a 2 deep for cover 2 man. Actually, I think this is a straight up cover 2. Yeah, because no one's following the receivers. I don't even think that was a Tampa 2. Well, they ran it, so who knows. Tampa 2, one of the linebackers should have dropped back. Showing cover 2 man. And it was. Like I said, if Jeffrey Simmons is going to be out, I would like to do some power run with Jeff Wilson. Cover 1. Cover 1, I want to attack, man. Looks like cover 2 man. They do a lot of man coverage. I don't know if they'll do that against us. Because I feel like, well, they're doing man coverage against Malik Willis, which doesn't sound safe either. Because generally speaking, man coverage against a mobile quarterback isn't really your best friend. Especially if you're doing 2 deep. Like if you're doing cover 2 man, so you can't really leave a spy. I mean, if all of your defenders are turning their backs to the mobile quarterback to cover downfield, that's just leaving scramble opportunities. Damn, hopefully we can tear some shit up like that. Damn. No, they got a 29-yard pass here. Play action. Yep. Oh. Poor tackle. Gotcha. Not discrediting what just happened. Is that Tajay Spears? Is that who that was? Yeah. I don't watch a ton of Titans games to remember people's numbers. Let me look at the other. Oh, it doesn't matter. Tony Pollard's decision making is a little weird. I feel like he could have done that too. I don't think he had to cut it to the outside. He's not really following his blocks as well. Yep. Love play action. A lot of under center stuff too for the Titans. And he is a tough quarterback too. Like he is absolutely willing to take a hit. Does a good job stepping up in the pocket here. Delivering a clean ball that gets dropped. Traylon Burks. Doing Traylon Burks things. Calvin Ridley, though. He is fairly strong, too. For a quarterback. Yeah, I would have done that, too. I mean, generally speaking, goal line, cover 1, D-Hop by himself, I'm giving him an opportunity, too. I was thinking that in my head when I seen it. You got to make that tackle, though, bro. Is that Eric Stokes? I know D-Hop ain't exactly the easiest person to tackle. Still. Damn, fourth quarter had a ton of drives, huh? Cover 3. Well, maybe not. It might not have actually been cover 3. The safety might have just come down because it was a run. Most likely, yeah. Well, he was kind of moving toward the middle of the field. Helmet goes flying. I feel like the refs are pretty spotty on, because there's supposed to be a rule if your helmet gets knocked off, you're supposed to have to take a play off and immediately go into concussion protocol. I feel like they're a little iffy on when that actually happens. Just a sidebar. Yeah, so they do disguise their coverages pretty well. They do a lot of press coverage. Getting guys in motion so they don't have to deal with press is definitely going to be a game changer for us. And who knows? With the speed of Waddle and Hill, teams tend to not want to press us too much. But we don't really have the deep shots that we normally have. D-Hop had a pretty good game, huh? That's just understanding coverages, man. D-Hop's such a vet. He might not be the athletic freak that he used to be, but he's still D-Hop mentally. And he's still got the physical gifts to be a solid receiver. I think Tyjae Spears might be better than Tony Pollard at this point. At least so far in the season. He is really favoring D-Hop. Damn. That is a crazy route. Yeah, play action. They do so much play action when he's playing under center, which makes sense, of course, but just an observation. They do it a lot in general, even in the shotgun or in pistol. But Josh, what? What happened? Oh my God. Who's the right tackle? Oof. That is disgusting. Look at the split he did. What is that base? Leaning? Leaving your chest wide open? Oh my God. Good hit. But Jesus. Nelson had a pretty good game, huh? Did it start raining out of nowhere, or what the fuck's going on here? Okay. Looks all foggy all of a sudden. I feel you. A lot of man. So if they're going to run this much man coverage, crossing routes with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, that's going to be murder. And like cover 2 man, like crossing routes over the middle. And I don't hate the idea of taking some hole shots too. Stretch the defense a little bit. Because even if you don't convert it, it still presents the threat. I assume some people are going to drop back in that coverage. I would hope. They ain't going to even snap this. Fair enough. They didn't even have anybody back there. Oh, I got you. It was a 4th down situation trying to get him to jump off sides. That makes sense. And see, this is why motion is good. Because you got this press coverage. You're wondering if it's man. You see this guy move. No one follows him. It means it's probably zone. It is. Oh, gotta watch the check downs a little bit. Why is this safety bailing so hard? Oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's like cover 3. I don't hate that. Little hitch route. Traylon Burks, big as hell. I don't hate that. Packers are giving up a lot of space underneath. Yep. Which I get it to an extent. They were kind of kicking their ass, but yeah, throwing the Traylon Burks in double coverage. Their offensive line is not it, man. Right tackle getting his ass whooped again. He had a rough day. Whole offensive line did. I think we can exploit that shit too. Like I said, their offense really isn't anything scary. And their defense isn't scary either. But our offense isn't great right now. It's pretty bad, actually. Playing off a little bit more, huh? Cover 2 man. Nope. Cover 1. And the thing is, if it's cover 1, they've either got a spy or someone's probably blitzing. See, this is kind of scary with our offensive line. This type of blitz package. Like, Tua would know to get rid of the ball quickly and throw it towards where the blitz is coming from. Like, if you're doing an all-out blitz, like, oof. was like no short routes for him to get rid of it quickly. Gotta wrap that shit up. Like I said, both Pollard and Spears can absolutely tear shit up with Yak. Both very elusive and explosive. He really stepped into this sack. Oof. This offensive line sucks. Devontae Wyatt's great, though. Not great, but good. Very good. Ooh-wee. Let's dial up some blitzes, man. I want to go get this dude. Let's go get Will Levis, bro. Pressure him, force him into making bad decisions. See, they're getting a lot of physical runs against the Titans. Which makes sense with the type of running backs the Packers got. Not really a power run team. What the fuck was that? Hiya! That was whack as hell. Interesting that they started running more zone toward the end of the game, huh? It's kind of weird, too, because with the Packers trying to run out the clock, you're giving up all this space underneath. You're just asking them to run the ball. Are they tanking? I know the players aren't, but cover 2 man. Nope, cover 1. Doesn't matter. Yeah. They were getting tired too, you could tell. Run that ball. That's why you don't abandon the run. Eventually, that defense is going to start getting more and more tired. Especially if we use all of our running backs to kind of keep our running backs fresh. That left side's kind of vulnerable, huh? Okay. Interception, huh? On the drive, not this play. I don't hate that. Yeah, shit. You're taking the corner away, throw it underneath the Chig. Let him get some big boy yak. I don't hate that. Need to slide, man. Not trying to help the Titans out, but I'm not really trying to see him get a concussion too. That right tackle, dude. Jalen Phillips might have an interesting day. Man. Getting smoked again. His feet are terrible. Why do you even have feet? Cut them off. I ain't using them. Yeah, there you go. Not gonna lie, I was staring at the right tackle. Here's the pick. Right? Yeah, man, just throw it in the double coverage with Jair Alexander over there. That makes sense. It makes total sense. Like I said, we just gotta take the gifts that Will Levis gives us. They do run the ball, though, man. That defense, they are physical. This could end up being kind of a defensive fight. Is it really a defensive fight if both offenses are just bad, though? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But no, the Packers' offense is pretty solid. The Titans' defense overall has played pretty well this season. All right, last few plays. I'm looking at that right tackle, man. I'm looking at everybody, but that whole offensive line's kind of getting cooked, man. We got to get pressure on this dude. They do not handle gap exchanges well at all. Gotta throw some of them in there. All right. Got rid of the ball quick there. Giving up a bunch of space underneath. At this point, you're basically just playing prevent defense. That's understandable. Is it a hook and ladder situation? What you doing? Not that you had a chance of winning this, but once again, giving up a bunch of space and underneath, just trying to tackle them inbounds, basically. All right, so I think that goes back to the. Yep. So that's the end of that. This is already an hour-long video. Like I said, hopefully this doesn't get blocked because we did look at literally every play besides special teams. But I didn't have time to do two separate videos. Like I said, we did get rocked with a hurricane. Not only was I without power for a few days, but also there was some damage and stuff like that. And I've been a little under the weather too with some stomach problems. But mostly just the hurricane. But yeah. I'll do a game day report and everything like that too, closer to the game. But yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.